Hi, everybody. It is now January 6th, 2020. All right, I'm going to go through some information, just pass it along. Information that I consider important. Starting with Sky's video that she posted just yesterday, radar anomalies in Australia. Okay.
Hi guys, just looking at the radar. So this just popped up. Anyone mind telling me what the hell that is? I know I saw a picture of it come on my Facebook. Someone else caught it yesterday. But
There's another laser shot too. It's white, it's faint. Right
I know
here.
I saw a picture of it come on my Facebook. Someone else caught it yesterday. But yeah, fully pulsing something out there. Probably not the most common occurrence. So that's up where the cyclone's forming at the moment, which I think they've named Blake. Anyway, yeah, that's just weird. And not only that, there's a few other weird things going on. I'll bring up the national. So we've got some funky frequencies happening down here near Perth, north of Perth. Over here, what did I find? Oh, yeah, this white puff just sort of puffing up from nowhere. Can't quite figure out what that is as well.
Okay, it's what we in the United States refer to as a HAARP ring, HAARP NEXRAD ring, and I caught other frequencies off the coast. Down, when she goes down to Perth. Okay, you have extremely low frequencies as well as a frequency off the coast. I mean, you also have the frequencies that are crossing white. They cross, and that frequency right here. These are extremely low frequencies, which they can use to modify, intensify, steer weather fronts. You also have extremely low frequencies going way off. As you can see, they're right. It's the long, straight lines. Okay. Let me just play this.
And I've got you over here on my webpage. I'm going to put a link down below to this so you guys can read up on this and investigate yourself on this new discovery that was just announced on CBS News, of all places, on the 21st, yesterday or a day and a half ago, announcing that the use of dual beams, in this case lasers, also frequency, can be used to have an interacting effect with each other. One beam used to strip electrons from the atmosphere, the other beam used to pump up that area of plasma that's created that then forms CCN, cloud condensation nuclei particles, which form into raindrops. And they can target the beams, cross them, use one beam to pump the other one, and produce weather.
And you got weather. Here's your cyclone coming in. Okay, do you see the signatures are so obvious. Once you get to know what the signatures are of, the use of extremely low frequencies and high frequencies, electromagnetic frequencies. You see them immediately and you know, okay, once again, another storm that may very well be destructive, bringing flooding to the west portion of the country of Australia, while the east is being destroyed with fire. Okay. This is such a creation. Look at the air masses going in opposite directions. But look at what's happening here. I mean, yeah, they're not hiding anything. Look at this that is just being pulsed out by frequencies. And yes, this is nanotechnology. All of these little white blips are nano balloons activated. You see the green and the red. Well, it's more like a faded pink. And this line right here. I mean, it couldn't be more obvious. These are not clouds. They are creating this cyclone. And this is pretty magnificent. This is the nanoballoons communicating with one another, bringing about weather. But the crossing of the beams portends danger. And yes, they can create weather. So, skies, I really thank you for posting this, because this was, I can't see a date, but it was posted January 5, so I'm going to guess that it was the 4th or the 5th. And guess what? You have weather. You have weather. You have. I can't believe what I'm looking at. I mean, it's couldn't be more clear. So let me just show you some videos. And if you are interested, you can watch them. I do have a playlist on my Never Lose Truth primary channel, and it has 292 videos on weather modification, proof, evidence that yes, man is controlling our weather. It's been very, very hot in Australia, and this video that I posted, heat waves already. Here in the United States, we were having heat waves very early on when we should not have been having any heat waves. So, heat waves already, and all you need to know that it's temperature modification induced by man. And yes, it's patents and documents and papers, not my opinion. But they can also just create heat with microwaves. With microwaves. So think about the saturation of microwaves coming from cell towers. Microwaves emitted from radar stations. They can change atmospheric heat, atmospheric temperature. They can also cool it down. So this video, retired Lieutenant Colonel Tom Bearden, scalar technology being used to control weather. This, the Nanotech weather machine, the takeover of Earth's atmosphere. What it looks like, implications. It's a long video, but I go through a lot of documents explaining the nanoballoons, the nanotech that has taken over our weather, which is exactly what you are seeing here. Right here. The green, the red, the nanoballoons, the thrust from the nanoballoon line, the thrust that's kicking back this cloud. And, you know, this thing is huge, huge. But look at all of the different directions of the air masses. It's really nanotechnology. Yes, and they, in a military document, United States military document, they talk about nanotechnology, nanoballoons, and dropping like 1 billion nanoballoons in the atmosphere. And these things are self-replicating. Look at this. No, they're not hiding anything at all. My God. Wow. Look at all of these. Look at how colorful it is. I have not seen this on the goes for the west and the east sites. So, yeah, Australia, man, are you being targeted big time. Big time. Nanoballoons inland, and I did check a radar station in Australia and I didn't see any rain at all. No precipitation. So, you guys let me know what's going to happen with this. Opposite directions. The air masses. Look at this size. Look at the size of this. And look at what's going on over here. I mean, oh, we can't get through to people. I can't believe it. Look at this. They can control the speed of this nanotech in the atmosphere. They can cause a thrust and really? Okay. Well, so yeah, here it is, Nanotech Weather Machine. More from Dutch Sense if you want to learn more about scalar technology, the HAARP, the NEXRAD Doppler stations, which you have in Australia. HAARP rings, the ring that Skies saw which was later on. Yeah. Right here. The perfect circle that looks like a cloud. Okay, that is high frequencies being used to, which, listen to these videos and you'll understand more. This video as well, radar pulses, HAARP rings, Scalar Squares. This video, NEXRAD radars pump high frequency beams into central Nevada. Look, if you want to learn the signatures on radar or satellite, then watch these videos, because Dutch Sense makes it very clear what the signatures are. And this is Nanotechnology is controlling weather, just needs a military officer's command. And it comes from operational defenses through weather control in 2030. And they were so excited because nanotechnology will allow us not only to control, but create. Create weather, which is exactly what they're doing. So, Iraq wants the United States military out. Will the United States military use directed energy weapons against Iraq? I don't think I have to answer that. Yes, temperature spike. Question mark. Directed energy weapons. Now, I can't read. It's too small for me. But you can check out your sites that give this kind of data. Why would you have a temperature spike? Well, yeah, directed energy weapons, they're not just laser beams. They're radar stations. They're cell towers. They're Gwen towers. They're cell phones, Wi-Fi, smart meters. All of it is directed energy. But that's a clear laser shot. And yeah, you know, this could be anywhere. It could be in California. It could be anywhere. But it's in Australia. It could be in Portugal. It could be in Fort McMurray, Canada. It could be in Greece, Tennessee, Gatlinburg, aluminum, the melting of it. So, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? You guys have this movie called Scorched. Scorched. And the timing in the movie, 2 days before Christmas? Well, it seems to parallel what you're now living.
What's news?
We've got 4 flare-ups. Darragh National Park, Cat-Eye, Blue Mountains and Halls ready.
No rain in the storm?
Nope, just 18% humidity and a whole lot of lightning.
Lance, how many fixed-wing aircraft have we got working in the Central West?
1 reconnaissance, 2 bombers.
We might need them in Sydney Metro. Put them on standby.
Yep.
Major incident controllers are saying it's blowing up in Cat-Eye, and the Darragh fire's moved to tomorrow. The Blue Mountains fire's on the move too.
Bowers, need more raw data up there. Give me the latest wind map. That wind shift to northwest.
Velocity's up 8 k's in the last 5 minutes.
Give me the National Infrared Satellite feed from the Bureau. Synoptic chart.
That high pressure system's coming through much further north than the Bureau predicted.
Slow off Tasmania's going to give us a few headaches.
Southerlies.
Yep. Big ones.
Christ.
Oh, All right, let's get this place cranked up. Start telling the world it's going to be a shit of a day.
And that's exactly what it's been for many, many days in Australia. So listen carefully to what this woman has to say. A woman who lost her home in Australia. Bushfire emergency has claimed 1,000 homes, razed an area the size of Belgium. Oops.
Thought the fire would come to this town and let alone be as bad as it has been. What's really concerning them though is that it's not over yet. Fire conditions and weather conditions on Saturday are expected to again worsen, and there are real fears that the fire could turn back on itself and come back to Clifton Creek and take what's left. This pile of charred, twisted metal and ash is all that remains of Kat Hammond's family home. It was wiped out by a fire she never believed would take their house.
I thought, my house is made of bricks, and we don't have any big trees around it, and we've been in drought for 3 years. I thought, there's virtually no fuel in the paddocks, we have no grass.
The fire had been burning in nearby East Gippsland for weeks, but as weather conditions worsened, it crept closer.
We knew it was burning weeks before. There'd been lots of discussion about what we would do. And when I say discussion, it's largely argument between Adrian and myself, because he wanted to stay and defend and I wanted to take the animals and go. But on Friday afternoon, some really knowledgeable horse people and great people rang me and said, get your horses out.
They evacuated with their pets on Sunday evening.
We prepared notes to put on the fence so that we didn't want anybody risking their lives to save our house. So we just let the fireys know, we just put no animals, no pets, told them where there was water down in the bottom paddock.
So what do you now know happened after you evacuated?
It initially came up, they told me, from the bottom right-hand corner of our property, which is...
Do you see how the contrast, the light, the dark? The fire just stopped right here and didn't go any further, as well down here. Well, that seems a little odd. And also didn't... The leaves are still on the bushes and the trees.
On 50 acres it came roaring up the hill.
When did you find out you'd lost your home?
I got a phone call from Troy, our next door neighbour. He said, Kat, I don't know how to tell you this, and it's a horrible call. He said, but I think both yours and my houses have burnt down.
A brick home. A brick home? So the fire exploded the home, I guess. See, this is what people need to question and take notice of. Fires do not pretty much level a brick home. And that's what she was saying in the beginning, which is like, my house is brick. My house is brick. And there's no trees around. And there's hardly even any grass because of the, well, manufactured drought. But wait until you see this.
My house is flattened. Adrian's shed, every tool in his shed doesn't exist anymore, and you get there and everything is black except for a blue, untouched wading pool with a highly flammable nylon canopy over it, and one of the go-karts, a little blue Mario Brothers looking go-kart, sits beside the pool in this landscape of black.
Okay, so whenever you come across a video and you see things that are, well, what people consider to be anomalies, please circulate them. Please. Because this is the evidence that we need. Look at this. Okay. So you have this fire that, well, the tools metal. Gone. Gone, she said. They're gone. And you have, an odd occurrence right here. Okay, well, it seems that the fire must have just stopped right here. Now, nobody was here. No, they had taken the horses. They had left. The fire, nobody was putting it out. What's going on? This is clean. A fire that literally has turned a lot of this almost to dust. But this is clean, untouched. So is this fence and the fence over here. But right smack here is where the fire occurred. All right. You have high winds. Just like the California fires, you have high winds, dry conditions. The high winds are making these fires just move at a speed that everybody is saying, like, it's unbelievable, unprecedented. But no wind, even through, ashes on this? Right. Okay. Well, these really, oh boy, it's just unbelievable. The tools are gone, and this remains untouched. Looks clean. All right, I want to pass along some more information, and this I got from, I love this computer. Okay, this I got from Skies, and you should, check out Skies' channel. Just click on the link below, and oh my God. Wow. Hang on. Okay. Scott Morrison's signals back burning, shake-up in wake of bushfires. Okay. What has he said? My highlighting is off. I apologize, guys. This computer keeps crashing. My programs keep crashing. I highlight and then I come back and can't get to the article. And then I get to the article and all of my highlighting is gone. This happens in every video. I'm not kidding. And it's very frustrating. Anyway, Scott Morrison, Prime Minister of Australia, just said that there was a need to address issues around hazard reduction for national parks, dealing with land clearing laws, zoning laws, and planning laws around people's properties and where they can be built in countries like Australia, up and down the coast. This is Agenda 2030. The fires are deliberate. They destroy homes. And Australia, you need to reconsider your zoning laws and where people can build. So when people try to rebuild, you may have a lot of problem. And yes, that being the case with the climatic effects of what we are seeing, there are many restrictions around those effects that have to be reviewed on the basis on the broader climatic effect we are seeing in this country. Climate Change, Agenda 2030. Burning through every country. But isn't it funny? Oh, isn't it funny? here, own a home, you're responsible for California's wildfires. The same thing is going on in all of our countries. Professor blames private property for California wildfires. In order to combat California wildfires, we need to abandon aspirations of home ownership and belief in the importance of private property. That is Agenda 2030, Agenda 21, staring us in the face. Fueled by cheap energy and, of course, the ever-present racism of the white middle class. If you're middle class and white, you're a racist. Okay. People expanded beyond cities, building little tinderbox neighborhoods into the forests. This professor, urban development at UCLA, not sure how to pronounce his name, says that expansionist, individualist, and exclusionary patterns of housing became synonymous with freedom and self-sufficiency. And how dare you? How dare you? How dare you be an individual? How dare you value freedom and self-sufficiency? Well, that's one of the reasons why Scott Morrison is just leaving a whole lot of Aussies to themselves. The criticism that this guy is getting for not doing a thing for many areas of Australia that have been burned out, entire towns. You know, self-sufficiency works when you have resources to work with. When you don't have resources to work with and you ain't getting any help, you go down. So, all of this is coming to everybody. Private property will soon end. Freedom will soon end. And everybody is going to be relying on big government. That's the world that we're heading into. All right. This is a short clip. Listen carefully to what they are saying.
I thought it was bugger all. I mean, what are they telling us? You know, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I think we're safer here. It doesn't compute to me. Stay by the water. We have at least a level of safety. We can jump in. That's it. The water alone.
So frustration, am I right?
Oh, are you right? Yeah, you sure are.
I'm quite happy to stay here. I can't understand why they would advise you to, if there's a danger here, why would you go north of the fire, chasing into a pocket where you can't get out of? Ridiculous. Stay here on concrete, that won't burn, the grass is paddock with a couple of people, not very safe. Stay right here.
Absolutely. Stay by the water. That to me is more common sense than to go in a ground where fire can approach you.
Yeah.
It's safer here. That's my thoughts.
So the authorities are telling people to go where it's not safe. And that's why people are disobeying their authority figures and staying where it is safe. Why would they? It doesn't make sense based on, what they're saying right here. They're telling you to go where you'll literally be locked in fire surrounding you. No, stay by the water, right? Well, there is a depopulation plan. And yes, we are at war. We are at war. It's unconventional. They use a lot of lies and gaslighting and manipulation, but they're using fire and weather as a weapon. You've got a cyclone to the west. You got the fires to the east. You can only rely on your own self and your best judgments and common sense. But guess what? Austrian police say arsonists and lightning to blame for bushfires, not climate change. Well, then what is this guy talking about? Why do you have to revisit where you build your homes if it's not that climatic, the climatic effects? And you guys, right here in this video, weather on demand, making it rain, is now a global business. So, why aren't they making it rain when they're making it rain all over? They can make cyclones. They can make it rain, though. Everybody knows about cloud seeding. Mainstream media has reported often about making it rain, cloud seeding. China, Olympics, they withheld the rain. Oh my God, and you're in drought. So if they can withhold rain for the Olympics, surely they can withhold rain to create drought. But they can make rain, and in fact, not only are there so many commercial companies involved in this multi-billion-dollar industry of making it rain, you guys have your own rain makers. If it will come up, yes, Tot News. Australia's Frontline revealed the Australian companies manipulating our weather for over 5 decades in Australia. The study of clouds, rain, atmosphere, largely hidden from the public, as a secretive network of government agencies and private business interests continue to manipulate the weather around us to their personal benefit. Is it pronounced zero? I'm not sure. Cloud seeding, a process that attempts to bring rain to parched farmland. They've been cloud seeding, bringing rain for over 100 years. So this company, Zero, cloud seeding was first trialed in Australia in 1947 when the Zero used Royal Australian Air Force aircrafts to drop dry ice into the tops of cumulus clouds. According to Zero history, the method worked reliably with clouds that were very cold, producing rain that would not have otherwise fallen. 1947, this is what Zero said. This is believed to be the first documented case anywhere in the world of an appreciable man-made rainfall reaching the ground, and for the first time, that dynamic cloud growth had followed seeding. Plain vapor trails above Adelaide. Wow. Looks like what those crazy people refer to as chemtrails. Zero carried out similar trials, 1953 to 1956, in South Australia, Queensland, and made it rain. Sydney Morning Herald, 1951. Scientist explains new way to make rain. 1950s, early 1960s, Zero performed cloud seeding in the Snowy Mountains on the York Peninsula in South Australia, in the New England district of New South Wales. Activities in Tasmania in 1960s, they were successful. Tasmanian experiments were so successful that the Commission has regularly undertaken seeding ever since in the mountainous parts of the state. And that commission is the Hydroelectricity Commission. You've got your own HAARP, Jorn, Project Storm Fury, U.S. military, Well, yeah, we've performed an awful lot of experiments in Australia, and geoengineering continues across Australia in 2018 and is more advanced than ever. I will link below to everything. But when you see even mainstream media, hey, weather on demand, making it rain is now a global business, why can't we get through to our fellow citizens in our respective countries? It does not make sense. You know, ma'ams, you, mister, they can make it rain. You don't have to be going through this. You don't have to be suffering this. The billion animals do not have to burn to death because they can make it rain.